Hi everyone, I am so happy that you are here with me. This week we are going to go over everything that I spent, and we are going to categorize my expenses into my budget categories to see if I stayed in budget this week. So let's go ahead and get started. This is the second week in January. So let's go ahead and take a look at where we are at. So again, we're using the budget planner from Happy Planner. So let's go ahead and look at our monthly spread. We're going to be tracking the pay period of the 5th, that's a Friday, through the 11th on a Thursday. So we're gonna see if these bills were applied to my card, and we're also gonna go through all of the other purchases that I made. So let's go ahead and flip to our weekly expenses. We are going to list all of the expenses, and then we're going to apply our category stickers to show what type of expense each one was. And then we're gonna go and see how much I spent for this week too per day. We will add all of this up and we will see how much I spent for the entire week. Last week, I only spent $124. And for having a family and a child, I think that that is really good. I know I spent a bit more than that this week, so let's just find out what went on and put in our categories. So we'll find out our total spend, and then what we will do is we will add our total spend stickers for each day, and if we have any no spend days, we'll put this heart on the no spend day and kind of just celebrate that, because it's a good thing to save money and not spend. So let's go ahead and get started with our expenses. I will be writing them here. Before I do that, I think I would like to quickly review the categories we have. We can ignore these because I have reset these based on how much I spent last time. So, because I got paid recently, so I think I can just go ahead and tell you guys I have $70 for gas, $60 for fun, $20 for restaurants, $40 for lunch money, $10 for spending, $125 for groceries, and other. These are my sinking categories, which I track in my spreadsheet. So, these are just kind of the categories. Not that that's really that important. It just helps me to categorize my expenses. So, all right, let's get started writing down our expenses. So the first expense that I have is from January 5th, and my expense was food that I got at the grocery store. So I'm just going to say groceries. And the amount that I spent was $42. Is it a need or a want? That's definitely a need. You have to get groceries. I had groceries as this light pink color. So let's go ahead and add that. I think it was this one. This is our groceries color. Put that there. All right, how did we do it on this? Okay, so groceries is light pink. The next transaction we had was the next day on January 6th. On January 6th, I had a bunch of transactions. I guess this was a Saturday. It was a big spending day. So the first one I had was for toiletries, and this was at Target. I got eye cream. So I'm first listing where I went to, which is Target, what I bought, which is eye cream, and since it's coming from a sinking fund, which is my toiletries, I'm gonna write that in. And the total cost of the eye cream was $39. Is this a need or a want? This is definitely a want. And it's coming from toiletries, which is my other category. So we're gonna do that orange color. It's kind of fun to color code these, and I don't know, it just really helps me. So I'm gonna put that right there. That's $39. And while I was at Target, I also got wipes and Swiffer pads. So I'm just gonna write wipes because I wanna save space, and that's coming out of my household fund. And I think I had like $30 in my household fund. So I kept this to under $30. It was $22 for the wipes and the Swiffer pads. That is definitely a need. We have to have that. So again, I'm gonna pull my orange sticker. Okay, beautiful. This is my orange sticker. Orange means it's a sinking fund. So it's sort of like a specialized purchase that I've been saving for. So it's okay if I go over my like variable spending for those because I don't always get them. I also on the 6th bought some stuff from Hobby Lobby, and I separated it out to like different funds. So for Hobby Lobby, I'm just gonna write HL. And the first thing I got at Hobby Lobby was planners. I needed different planners for different things. And I'm gonna pull this out of my fun category because it's kind of like, it's a want, it's not a need, and it's kind of fun for me. And I spent $60 on planner stuff, which is a little excessive, but that's okay. That's gonna be this blue teal color. So let's get our sticker pad out. We're going to mark our fun expense. That was all of the fun money that I had saved for the week, which is why I budget, because now I won't be making any more fun purchases for at least until I get paid again, so I can kind of stay on track. And then at Hobby Lobby, I also bought, so we're putting Hobby Lobby first, and then what we bought. And what we bought next was photo albums, and this is for our family. I want a place to put all of our photos that we have printed. And that is for our family, so that's gonna come from the family fun category. The total for the photo albums was $20. This is definitely a want, not a need. And it is gonna be that orange color. Orange for sinking funds. If anybody watches cash stuffing videos, this is kind of how I think about it. Even though I don't use cash, I use credit cards. I track all my categories and I make sure I don't go over. And then the last thing I bought at Hobby Lobby on the 6th, this was a really big Hobby Lobby purchase. The guy who checked me out at the Hobby Lobby looked kind of shocked at like the amount of money that I spent. And, you know, that's okay because I don't go to Hobby Lobby that much. But the last thing I got was Valentine's supplies and books. So I'm just gonna put Valentine's. I'm gonna make Valentine's gift bags with my son. So I just got supplies for that. And so I'm gonna pull this out of my kiddo fund because it is an activity that I will do with him. And that was a total of $128. And that's coming out of kiddo, so that's gonna be orange. Yeah, so the Valentine's stuff was 40% off, and I thought that that included candy. So I got a bunch of candy for the gift bags for Valentine's Day, but it turns out the candy is not 40% off. So I think that's part of why the total was so high. Is this a need or a want? This is a want, because I don't have to do Valentine's, especially for $128. That's a ridiculous amount of money to spend on Valentine's, but it's going to be a fun activity for my son and for me, and we probably won't do this next year, so it's okay. Okay, my next transaction is on the 8th. So I did have a no spend day on the 7th, which is really good. I kind of want to track my no spend days here. So I'm gonna put 1/7 no spend, just to kind of like celebrate that. And then on the 8th, I did have a transaction at my dentist. So I'm just writing dentist. I had to pay $60 for a cavity filling. That's definitely a need. My insurance paid for half of it, so I paid the other half. So I had to pay $60 for a cavity filling. Let me know in the comments if you guys think that $60 is a high price or a low price for a cavity filling. I don't get cavities that much, so I really don't know, but that is what I had to pay. This is actually coming out of my HSA. I have an HSA fund through my work, so I don't really track that. I know there's enough to cover this, so it's not really an issue, but I just wanted to write it down to show everything. Because you guys, I'm showing everything here. Like if I have an expense that was maybe not the smartest, like I'm still gonna show it just to be fully like transparent. So that was the 8th. On the 9th, I had one transaction. I did pretty good on the 9th. I bought my lunch at work. So I'm just gonna put work, and I bought my lunch at the cafeteria, and that was $4. And that I would say is a need. Like I can't really skip lunch, so I kind of consider these like work lunches to be a need. It's only $4. And then on the 10th, the very next day, I had 2 transactions as well. I went out to eat with a friend from work. Oh, I need to categorize this because this is from my lunch money. I always set aside $40 in a pay period for lunch money because this is for lunch that I buy when I'm at work, and that is red. There's oftentimes a cost to having a job, which you kind of have to take into consideration. So for example, like when you have a job, you have to sometimes pay for lunch at your place of work, or you can bring your lunch too, but that's still an expense, and you have to pay for gas, and you have to pay for work clothes. So these are things that I consider when I'm making my budget. I buy them because they allow me to keep working so I can keep making money. So it is worth it. So on the 10th, anyway, I got sidetracked there, but on the 10th, I went out to lunch and I spent my lunch money on that. So we went to a restaurant nearby my work. I don't want to say which one just for privacy. So I'm just going to say lunch, coming from lunch money. Lunch, can't write. It's just lunch, whatever. It doesn't really matter. I just got a salad and I left like a tip. So the total was $13. And I'm just gonna say this is a need. Like, I don't need to go out to eat, but I mean, I do need to eat, so it's fine. It's a need. On this day, I also paid for the parking because my friend from work drove me, so I paid for the parking. And that is also coming out of my lunch money because I used the parking to get lunch, and that was $1. And that is a need because it's food that I need to enable me to keep working. If I didn't eat a lunch, then I would not get any work done and might pass out. So you can't budget so much that you don't allow yourself to eat. I mean, some people have to, and that's terrible. But I hope everyone's budgeting enough for them to eat good food, because your health is the most important thing. So don't skip meals, and don't eat worse food because you want to save money. If you have enough money to eat healthy, I think everyone should spend that money on healthy food. It's a good investment in yourself. But of course, also everyone should do what they want. So if you don't want to do that, then don't do that. I always tell people what to do, and I'm like, I need to stop doing that, because everyone should just do what they want to do. And there's no reason why my opinion would be better than anyone else's. So if I ever tell you guys what to do, then tell me to stop, because I don't want to do that. Okay, so this is January 11th. I think it's just the mom and me. I'm a mom, so that's just my personality. So, okay. So on the 11th, I had a transaction for clothing, and it was from Lululemon. And it was coming from clothing, and it was $20. And basically what this was is I was paying for shipping on some clothing that my company actually paid for. I work for a company that gives a stipend for money that you can spend on like hobbies and random things that you need for yourself. It's not a lot of money, but it's a small stipend every year. And so I decided this year I was gonna buy some new workout clothes. And so I only just had to pay for like the shipping or the tax, I forget which one, but that was $20, and the rest was paid for by my company. So I'm really fortunate for that. That's definitely a want. You don't need new workout clothes, but it's nice to have. So, okay, this is all of my expenses for this week. So let's go ahead and count it up per day. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna count up per day. Are you guys having a hard time saving in January? I know January is a big saving month because, you know, right after Christmas. And I know people often really want to save a lot. So let me know how you guys are doing in January. Is it easy to save? Is it hard to save? What's going on? Okay, so since I always budget from Friday to Thursday. So that's just how my like pay schedule works out. So like this says January 8th to 14th, but it's not. It's January 5th through 11th, and that's fine. So we start on Friday, which is the 5th, I believe. Wait, let me check that and make sure. Yeah, the 5th is a Friday. So we're gonna go right per day what we spent. So on Friday, we spent $42. So I'll check that off. On the 6th, we had a bunch of transactions. Oh, also, sorry this video is so long, you guys. I don't know what's going on with me today. I'm like just talking a lot. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I need to open up the calculator again. Okay, I don't know why that happened. So we're gonna add up all of our Saturday transactions. So we have 39 plus 22 plus 60 plus 20 plus 128. Kind of mad that I made that transaction. So that brings my total to 269 for Saturday. Okay, 269. That's like kind of a big spend day, but you know what? At least it was under 300. Like, if I don't track this stuff, I can spend like $500 in a single day. Like, it's really crazy. I really have to watch it. Okay, on Sunday, I spent 0. So that's, you know, I kind of like balance it out. On Monday, I spent $60 at the dentist. I'm still gonna like track this here just to show my total spend, even though this comes from my HSA. Like, that is still my money that I have saved. So I'm gonna track that there. Because I know earlier I was telling you guys how like it's not a sinking fund, but it is kind of a sinking fund. It's kind of its own thing. It's not in my spreadsheet, but like whatever, it's all tracked in the HSA website. Leave a comment if you want to know more about like the HSA, like what that is and why I use that. But on the 9th, I only spent $4. That was Tuesday. And then on the 10th, I did 13 plus 1. I mean, that's just 14. I don't need the calculator for that. I'm not that bad at math. So that's 14. And then on the 11th, on Thursday, I bought just $20. Okay, so you guys, this spend is not as bad as I thought it would be. So let's go ahead and add this up and see what our total is. And we'll put our total right there. This is like weekly spending. So, all right, I'm like knocking my plant on the ground. You guys, this is a crazy day. Okay, so 60 plus 4 plus 14 plus 20 plus 42 plus 269 equals 409. Okay, so my total weekly spend was 409. That's a little bit too high for a normal weekly spend, but that's okay. This was sort of a special week, and that's like totally fine. It's okay. So yeah, I think this is gonna be my part 1 for my check-in, and then I'm gonna do a part 2 where I go through my like monthly spread and like list them out, because this is just like getting to be a little bit too long. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.